and welcome back to JavaScript Playground. In the previous video, we explored explicit type coercion and we also tried some examples to understand it better. So if you haven't watched the video, check it out. I'll add the link in the description below. In today's video, we will learn about JavaScript objects. So far, we have worked with data which is of type number or string or boolean. But what if our data is more complex, like a collection of cars with their specification or a list of score in midterm exams? We cannot store this kind of data in simple, or in another word, primitive data type. Lucky for us, JavaScript provides us with another data type to help us with these kinds of data, which is objects. Let's try an example to understand it better. Alright, so we'll create an object which holds car names and their top speed. So where my cars, so the name is P1, top speed is 350 km per hour. Then I've got a Gallardo where the top speed is 320 km per hour. Then I've got a Veyron, the top speed is 409 km per hour. And then I've got another Agera, so the top speed is 429 km per hour. So let's try to print this and see what we get in console. Console log my cars, and as you can see, it printed an object. Let's also check the type of this. So console log type of cars, and as you can see, it gives me the type object. So in simple terms, an object is a collection of key value pair enclosed in curly brackets. These values could be primitive data types or another object or even a function. So let's try another example to understand this better. Let's comment this first. Alright, so where my Agera. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating another object to list down all the specification of my Koenigsegg Agera. So the first key is name Agera. Then I've got manufacturer, and the name of my manufacturer is Koenigsegg, and the location of manufacturing is Sweden. Then I've got my top speed, which is 429 km per hour. Then I've got the color, which is black. No spoilers. Now, what if I wanted to add a functionality in my car, say apply brakes. So apply brakes. So what this does is it returns a function. And now what I want is, so when this function is called, so after 5 seconds, it should tell me that my car stopped. So JavaScript provides us with an inbuilt function, which is set timeout. What it does is it takes two parameters. So one is a function and the second is the duration. So it calls that function after that specified duration. So let's try that. So set timeout. So it requires two parameters. So let's pass it a function and let's pass it a duration, let's say 5 seconds, and let's just print car stop. Alright, so now we have our object ready. So let's try accessing some values. So console log, what we do is to access a value, we access it using the key. So the name of my object dot and the key, which is name. So we get Agera in return. For example, I wanted my top speed, so I'll do console log the name of my object and the name of the key, which is top speed, which is 429. Similarly, if I wanted the details of a manufacturer, console log m Agera manufacturer, and as you can see, it gave me an object which has all the details from a manufacturer. But what if I wanted just the name of my manufacturer? So console log m manufacturer. So till here it gives me the entire object. So we're going to use the same logic. So to access something inside an object, we access it using the key. So dot name. So this gives me the name of a manufacturer. Now let's try calling our apply brakes function. So console log m Agera dot, and I just call this function. And after 5 seconds, it gave me car stopped. So to call a function inside an object, we need to use these parentheses, or else what it does is it gives us the definition of the function. So if I do just this, it will return the entire code. Alright guys, that's all for today.